Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Hey Sister. Hey Sister, how you doing?
I'm doing well, sister. Cannot complain. All is well, other than clearly the earth or the United States is on fire, according to Katie Britt. But other than that, life is pretty good. How are you?
I am actually doing well. I spent this weekend surrounded with Black excellence. I attended the African American Chamber of Central Florida's Eagle Awards gala on Saturday. On Friday and today, there was a local production of The Color Purple, in which our production assistant had a little hand in terms of costume design and the such. And so that's what I spend my weekend doing. And child, the way that girl was talking about the state of this union, I was like, girl, where you live? Because
Well,
clearly this is,
Alabama. So
well, she do live in Alabama. And we coming up on the anniversary of the um
Montgomery Brawl.
the Montgomery Brawl. So at some point, I gotta look up on the date on that. At
it
any
was,
rate,
I remember it was the week after our family reunion. Oh,
girl, that's right.
yeah.
In August, so the first
Oh,
week of August, yeah. But in typical Hey Sister fashion, we ask that you like, follow, share, subscribe. Go tell all y'all friends. I know they watching the Oscars because the Oscars decided to start an hour early because they want to interrupt our time. But child, we still here on Hey Sister. Make sure you join the conversation in the comments because that's where the action happened. And then follow us on our website. You'll never miss an episode. And go ahead over there and buy you some merch if you want to. Well, we got a guest tonight. Hey, girl. Hey, sister.
Hey, sister, how you doing?
I'm doing good. We
I
cannot
love
wait.
that
We're so
greeting.
excited about this conversation. And we will allow you to fully introduce yourself in a minute. But first, we got to get off into some of these hot topics. Hot topics, not hot pockets, but hot topics tonight. So right now, the 96th Academy Awards is underway, and we do have some great blackness to celebrate. And hey, listen, I want to celebrate everyone because I certainly have watched many of the films. There's a few that I haven't, but many of the films that have all the acclaim and the buzz about them, I have watched many. So shout out to everyone who puts in the hard work, and for everyone whose movie was not nominated, but still put in good work. Because let's say it, you got like your shirt say, you speak your life. A nomination don't speak your life. Can
Hmm.
we say that?
Amen.
Awards don't speak your life, but there is some award history going on. Divide Joy Randolph won for her role in The Holdovers. If you haven't seen it, the sister is phenomenal in it. Um, the adaptation American Fiction won for the best adapted screenplay. So I am hoping that Lily Gladstone take home the award because I want to, for my indigenous brothers and sisters, I want to see that win. So that's some of the things I'm looking forward to in the Academy Awards. What about you?
I think that's it. I mean, I guess
In
look.
the words of Issa Rae, I'm rooting for everybody black.
Yeah, I mean,
That part.
look, I'm sure Oppenheimer is going to take home the bulk of the awards. It's kind of already been settled, but I am still hoping that at least Sterling K. Brown can pull out a win for Best Supporting Actor. That's my hope, but we'll see what happens.
Well, what about Jeffrey Wright?
I mean, that would be amazing, but again, I already know Oppenheimer.
Well, you know, if they could do a solid to Al Pacino when he won his year, and then they had to go back and make good for Denzel. You know, when they go back and do these make goods, maybe they'll do a make good and give Jeffrey Wright a win. Who knows?
Perhaps we'll see. I mean, we don't know. We can't call it. It's interesting because I was listening to something they were talking about how all they don't always. It was about Barbie, right? Because Barbie had all this acclaim, but then of course, people they didn't get all of the nominations. And so some thought that maybe the voters in the Academy may not have even taken the time to watch Barbie. So I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see. Well, this biggest hot topic is, did y'all see Joe Biden them? Did you see Joe Biden them down at the White House, at the Capitol building?
I did see Joe Biden down at the Capitol.
Did you see Joe Biden like take like an hour to walk in because everybody wanted to shake his hand? And then he said that it was like last call at the bar. They had to turn the lights on Joe Biden because people were still talking. He stayed till the lights went out because people were still trying to talk to Joe Biden. And he talks to every single one of them that wanted to talk to him.
He did. I'm just waiting for Joe Biden to go ahead and get that LeBron special on his head. Because I'm like, I feel like, why'd you go and close that up there, Joe Biden? Get you, because clearly it looked like Joe getting some fillers and some things here.
He getting a little.
Yeah, let's fill that in.
But honey, even though he showed up in a way that I don't think any of the folks was expecting him to show up, he was not the biggest story of the night. To me, at least. The biggest story of the night, child, bless her heart, as she wanted to say, that Katie Britt, who is the junior senator from Alabama. Now, we know Alabama, see, because we in that lower quadrant. That's our native land, right? Where your native land is, Sister Brandis? Georgia, right? See, your native land is Georgia, which is next to Alabama. Our daddy roots is in Mississippi, and ours is in Louisiana. So that quadrant right there, we know pretty doggone well.
We know what she was doing.
We know. Come on, let's talk about what she was doing and what she had said without saying it. But we know what you meant.
She was virtue signaling all through that thing. She was using her timbre. She was weaponizing her tears and her speech.
Yes.
She was dog whistling to, specifically, in my opinion, to white men to protect the white womb and kill everybody else. That's what I think.
Come on.
So that's what you had heard. Because see,
I heard.
Your native land is right there, next to her native land. Her rural enterprise, Alabama.
She kept talking about how all these things happen in her kitchen, and she's worried about her children. And girl, you should be worried about your children against their children. Like, ain't it more white cheering killing everybody than anybody else?
You should be worried about your children going to school more than some illegal immigrant jumping out of the bushes and attacking them.
Right.
Because clearly,
illegal, anybody don't want no smoke.
I mean, more often than not, you're right. You know, but to Brandis's point, lots of dog whistles, definitely not speaking to everyone, speaking very much firmly to the Trump MAGA base, saying to them, you know, you were better off 4 years ago in COVID.
Well, she didn't say 4. You know, if you listen to her speech, she said, were you better off 3.5 years ago? She said 3.5. And I would venture to say, according to my financial advisor, actually, I'm better off 3.5 years later than I was 3.5 years ago. I don't know what your financial advisor is saying to you.
Who, mine? Yeah, listen, my financial advisor don't gotta say nothing. I can look at the doggone apps myself. I see the numbers. I see where they go up and where they come down. And so anybody who's still talking about a stimulus check or PPP loan, and they really believe that that's grounds for voting for somebody who would see you annihilated and think nothing of it, then you just dumb. That's all I can say about that. That doesn't make sense to me. But Katie, listen, I just want to get to the words that Katie said very specifically. Every generation has been called to do hard things. I'm going to try to be. American greatness rests in the fact that we Always answer that call. It's who we are. Never forget, and this was a great line here. This was the dog whistle of all dog
We're gonna
whistles.
drop it in the comments too, so y'all can read the words for yourselves.
Never forget, we're steeped in the blood of patriots who overthrew the most powerful empire in the world. We walk in the footsteps of pioneers who tamed the wild. We now carry forward the same flame of freedom as the liberators of an oppressed Europe. We continue to draw courage from those who bent the moral arc of the universe. And first of all, isn't that a MLK reference? Moral arc of the universe. I
He
did.
Yes.
he said the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice. He
Right.
ain't say nothing about what this. Oh, I was almost about to call that girl out her name.
But I mean,
What she was saying.
what she what she was saying was she chose those words carefully too, right?
Hmm.
Because you want to make the people you're talking to feel superior, and she chose liberators. She
Hmm.
chose the to say that we toppled oppression when. But who are you talking about, baby? Because you in Alabama, are you talking about the Confederate Patriots? Who are you talking to?
Hmm.
Because I'm confused.
Hmm.
I'm confused, but you know what? I think and she's on Instagram as Miss Pacchietti. I think Pacchietti, and I can't remember her real name. I need to look it up. She's an activist, and I think she did a wonderful analysis talking about the basically the anatomy of a strategy, and talking about how this has been over 50 years in the making, and how they tried this theme. They tried to get us on other things before, but now this is the return of the manly man and the traditional wife, the trad wife, and how this is coming together to, as Brandis said, it's about the idea of protecting your children. And we look at it and it makes no sense to us, but it makes perfect sense to the people it's supposed to make sense to. And that's
Mhm.
what we have to be careful about.
Well, and also I think what we need to be careful about is as I'm listening to Michael Harriot's Black AF history, we always have to be careful about those of us who in the kitchen who then sell out those of us who in the activism.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mhm. That's true.
Because I think that a lot of that is going on in the undermining, and we see it in the social media sector. Once again, like this been happening since 2016. Y'all gonna allow yourself to be fooled again? Why don't you go get some knowledge and information? And like Joe Biden told the people in the Congress, you can read. I know you can read.
Yeah.
So why don't you go get you some reading and get you some information and education on these topics and stop listening to talking heads and pundits. And if you heard what she said, especially that part about we walk in the footsteps of pioneers who tamed the wild, you mean the pioneers who without the benevolence of natives would not have even survived
Hmm.
because they
Who
almost
sent them
died,
along the trail of tears?
who sent them along on the trail of tears, who then took their land and slaughtered them, infected them with all numbers and names and kinds of diseases unknown, and then
Mm.
enslaved another group of people in the pursuit of taming the
The
wild.
wild.
Yeah, we all wild, huh?
Mm.
Let's see. We got a couple comments here. It says POTUS trolled the GOP in real time and it was delicious. It certainly was. And the speechwriter did choose those words very carefully. We know what it was all about. But all I know is this. As this election season continues to unfold and as we get closer, what we already know is clear is it is a binary choice.
Yes.
It is one or the other. And so anyone who is not on the side of their own freedom That's the word
Mm.
I'm gonna use. And I'm talking about freedom from every one of those micro and macro aggressions that were in that speech. I'm
Mm.
talking about freedom and liberty to make choices and decisions about the books your children are going to be able to read, about whether or not there will even be public education anymore. Because the time that they're hearkening to is a time where you were three-fifths of a human being.
Mhm.
And some of you didn't have any rights, even as she sat there at that kitchen table talking about her role, hearkening back to a time where her only role would have been to cook some food in that kitchen.
That's facts. She
Certainly
would have
not.
been told to shut up.
That part.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, anyway, well, let's get on into. We have a phenomenal guest here. Christina, introduce our guest this evening. Tell the folks a little bit about Brandis Rawls, Be More Raw, because we going to have some raw conversation today.
Yeah, so I'm just really excited to have my good sis Brandis here. She and I met at the Southern University in A&M College in Baton Rouge,
I see
Louisiana.
how you wore your shirt today. I see what you
I
did.
did. I did.
Hmm.
Um,
Represent.
and we were amongst the Washington Hall girls. Rest in peace to Washington Hall because it's not there anymore. But I really hope they go back to having an honors dormitory for the phenomenal women at Southern University. So anyway, we met there, and Brandis will give us her real lowdown on what she's been doing and all that stuff. But I will say this: she's always just had a wonderful personality. She's just a magnetic personality. She draws people to her. When she hugs you like she really is happy to see you. She has missed you. And you get that vibe from her. I've always enjoyed being in her presence. She makes me laugh. She makes me smile. And yeah, I just think she's an incredible person. And so, as I've been watching her journey unfold, obviously on social media, but it just made me say she's doing something right here for me, at least. She's doing something right. It feels like she is living her life unapologetically. She's living it authentically, and she is doing the things that make her happy. And for somebody like myself, who y'all know, I'm always talking about some of my situations and stuff. um I don't know what happened. Why it turned like that? Okay, I don't know what
I don't know
happened.
what happened. We
Well,
gotta, we
what
gotta.
part was it? Do I got it? I could fix it. Well, Lord,
Did you
maybe
turn your
I
phone?
can do nothing.
Okay.
Just turn this thing. It's more than one way to skin a cat, baby. We ain't gonna let that
Yeah.
bother us.
But yeah, so she's a fabulous woman, and I'm just excited to talk to her today and let y'all feel that fabulousness through y'all's.
Let me get myself together. Shoot, I had my angle right. Here we go.
So, Miss Brandis, introduce yourself for the people.
Okay. Hey, y'all. I'm Brandis Monique Rawls. I am B Mo Raw. I am a woman, friend, lover, all these things. And I'm on a mission to help people be more raw with themselves. And what I mean by that is be more real, more authentic, more willful with your life, because that's a journey that I have been on lately. And it feels so good. I just need to share it with everybody because everybody deserves to be more raw.
Mhm.
Everybody deserves to live their own life, how they want to live their life. And that takes intentional practice
Mhm.
because I've lived a really good life. Like, I've not had half of the tragedies that I've listened to over the course of life, but I have been changed as well by life. And those changes made me realize that the most important thing in your life is for you to live yours.
Mm.
Um, if we're to believe that we are all part of this one universe, and we are all just uh, individual facets of that universe, then our job is to live our life.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how we participate in the creation. That's
Mm.
all we got to do is live our life. Do what you want to do, whatever. But you have to then know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes reflection that I didn't take until the pandemic hit. I had started thinking about shifting my life before then. And I wore this shirt because I spoke my life. I was in hospitality for 20 years. And in my last position, I was like, I think I'm done with this. I was sitting at my desk one day and I said, I think I'm done with this. I've done everything I wanted to do in a hotel. It's time to do something else. I then called my accountant to set up my consultancy. And my appointment was January 6, 2020, to establish my consultancy. On January 2nd, I got fired
Mm.
for the first time ever in my life. And I was like, wait a minute now.
Me?
Because it was my intention to stay in that job, build my consultancy on the side, do the side hustle thing like we're trained to do because that's the smart thing to do. But God said, oh no, baby, you said you was done with this.
Hmm.
And so you're done with this. Next. That moment was when I had the time to figure out what is then your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been doing this for 20 years. Does it make you happy? Is it what you like to do? Is there something else that makes you happy? What feels good in your body? Like this pandemic, I think it was a blessing
Mm-hmm.
for the world, the earth especially, because the earth got to heal itself because we sat down and we stopped, you know. Um, but we all got a chance to sit down and look at ourselves and raise our own consciousness. And what I got out of it is the rawisms, is these phrases that I've always said. Like, you speak your life. You do. Like I said, I was done with it, and I was done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, and as I was sitting in that pandemic, I thought back over my life, and everything I have said I wanted to do in earnest, I have done. Everything. The
Yeah.
bullshit too. Everything, because you speak your life. The universe don't care. God don't care. Whatever you want, baby. It's not. We tend in our religions to to make God this daddy figure or what have you that is telling you to do right and wrong. When in actuality, that doesn't make sense to me. To
Mm-hmm.
me, because if that was the case, then why would we have free will? Like,
Mhm.
you do what you want to do. If God was the one who could make us do all the right things, we wouldn't have had Hitler. Like, it just life is. Life is not this structure that our society has built. Your life is yours,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to decide whatever it is. And I have chosen now that my life is ease and pleasure. If it ain't easy, if it ain't pleasurable, I'm good.
Okay. Well, can you tell us a few more of your raw isms so that we can have them documented and noted for the people?
Sure, absolutely. I keep a running list of them in my phone, but off the top of my head, first one, it's your life. It's your life is a phrase that you can I apply every day in any situation. Do you want to have ice cream for dinner? It's your life. It's your life. Do you want to hop a plane and go to Zimbabwe for 2 weeks? If you can do it, do it. It's your life.
Mhm.
It's your life. You don't want you are in disagreement with everybody in your family about what your life or what you should do next. Don't matter. It's your life.
Mhm.
It's your life. That's one. Um, it's your life then inspires fuck them people. This is the most popular of the rises because it's funny, but really fuck them people. And the phrasing is particular because it's not fuck all people. It's not fuck some people. It's fuck them people. And you get to choose who them people are. And them people can change at any moment. Right? And for example, I might say fuck my mama if she not agreeing with what I said. Why? Because it's my life. Right? That doesn't mean I don't love her. That doesn't mean I don't respect her. But that right there, she has no opinion in it because it is my life. And I live my life. You know? So you got it's your life. Fuck them people. You speak your life because I already explained that one. Whatever you say is gonna happen. You are powerful. Our voices are, I believe, our most powerful asset. It literally changes the world. If you speak, what you speak happens. Watch your mouth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And another rising that has really helped when I've been down is you deserve. Period. You deserve. Whatever it is, you deserve. You deserve your peace. You deserve your happiness. You deserve that ice cream for dinner that you want. If you have a desire, you deserve. Because that desire is for a reason. That desire serves you. So how can your desires be bad things? Right? I figure if we're living our lives so it's to love ourselves and to not harm anybody else, do whatever you want to do. Because it's your life.
So, and I think that is a key caveat. If it is in loving yourself and not harming others, because some people think that I'm like, I have a belief system, you have a belief system, but somehow you believe that your belief system trumps my belief system. I hate using that word now, but you believe that yours takes priority over mine. And it's like, no, if you're not causing me harm, you let me live in peace, I'll live in peace. We make the best decision. Because I do think overall, for the vast majority of us, we are all trying to do the best that we can. Now, I will say, unlike you, I feel like in trying to do the best that we can, we are often trying to please other people.
That's true.
Fuck them people because you cannot live for those people.
You can't live for those people, but that's why I say fuck them people, because it's a reminder. Because we care about what people think. The people that we love, we care about what they think about us. We can't discount that.
Right.
We care, but we have to remember to prioritize ourselves. Here comes another Royism. Selfishness is your sacred responsibility. You have to be selfish in order to live your life. Yeah? Because it's your life. If you are not selfish, if you continue to please your parents per se, you're not living your life. You're not doing your service to whomever you pray to, because you're not living your life. And how dare you tell me that your beliefs are better than my beliefs, because it's your life and it's my life.
Right.
You know? That philosophy, that little bit is taken care of, and it's your life, baby. You can't tell nobody what to do with their life. If you are to believe it is your life, you can't tell nobody else what to do with theirs, because it's not your life.
Right. Well, I want to know back to, so as I was saying, the last time before this past homecoming, I think a few homecomings ago, I saw you had moved back to Baton Rouge. You were again in the hospitality business. And then it just seems like there was a shift. And so you have been doing a lot of stuff, which we call this the making of a Renaissance woman, because I think you even shocked yourself after you started writing it out like,
I
oh, I
did.
am doing a lot of stuff. So tell us about that journey and all of the stuff that you've been involved in lately that's bringing you joy and what you say, ease and pleasure.
Ease and
Mm-hmm.
pleasure. I after I after I started the consultancy, I started doing executive consulting with the housing authority, and that was great because I like to help people think. Like I can't tell you what to do with your life, but I could tell you how to think. I could teach you how to think about what you want to think about in a way you want to think about it. So
Mm-hmm.
that was an amazing opportunity. And it taught me that my opinions actually mattered to help others live the lives they want to live.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I started to do retreats. And the retreat that I settled in is called The Art of Sacred Selfishness. Because what I learned is that in my own healing is that this selfishness has been baked into us with shame and with guilt.
Mm-hmm.
And that shame and that guilt will keep you from living your life. It absolutely will. Because you know that you want to live a certain way. You want to go somewhere or do something, but you know in the back of your mind, your dad or your mom, don't do that. You're not going to be safe. And then so you choose something different. But that's not what you wanted. And you only chose it because you are under this guilt or this shame. And so at the Art of Sacred Selfishness, we unpack that shame. Like, what is it? Where does it come from?
Mm-hmm.
How do you address it? Why is it there? Who told you that? Why did they tell you that? Why did you believe them? Why do you believe them? If you are here, you don't want to believe this. So what do you do now? How do
Mm-hmm.
you then live your selfish life? How do you make your selfishness sacred, holy, important, most important in your life? Not hurting anybody else, but honoring yourself first because you deserve your love first.
Mm-hmm.
A rawism.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve your love first. You don't need to get the leftovers. You
Mm-hmm.
deserve your love first. How you gonna give somebody else some love if you ain't got no enough for you?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And this is I have I've been giving these hugs forever. You remember you mentioned these hugs.
Mm-hmm.
What I have learned is as I continue to fill myself up, I got more than enough overflow. So when I hug you, I touch you, you are getting my overflow, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't getting my love that's for me, but it's so much of it because I done poured it in here that baby, you get you enough, huh? Right? So yeah, it's your
Mm.
life. And
I
it's my
love it.
life.
Dr. Larissa says she loves this concept. We all are on these journeys, I will say,
We all.
and I appreciate you. You especially talking about the shame, the guilt, and all that. You know, because I work in that coaching space too, and that all that stuff that as I like to I use the analogy of a candle, you know, that light that's within and it's just being clouded
Mm-hmm.
with all this stuff and we got to remove
Yeah.
all this
Let
stuff
that light
and so
shine.
that light can shine so it can get a hit of oxygen so it get boof yeah and come on out and come on through and I think it is so very powerful for especially for women um but for all of us. And in light of what we talked about at the top of the show with that State of the Union rebuttal, it's like 41-year-old grown woman with two children, you who is a United States senator, you let someone script you and sit you in the kitchen knowing good and doggone well if you've been doing this parenting thing like we doing this parenting thing in modern times, you ain't been sat at that kitchen table since I
Mm,
don't know when
right.
and what for. Maybe a Thanksgiving holiday that just passed. But you shuffling them
Mm-hmm.
kids around to this activity, that activity, you grabbing food on the go and you trying and you gonna talk about this fantasy? Girl,
Well,
you
but
ain't
let's think
living
about
your
her though.
life.
Let's think about her. She's making them choices based on her bullshit.
Yes.
She actually believes that she is in danger
Mm-hmm.
because she has drunk the same Kool-Aid that been dog whistle to them white men. Now we might ruffle a few feathers right here,
Mm-hmm.
but the only way to get whiteness is to have a white man and a white woman.
Mm-hmm.
They're going extinct, and
Because
nature,
they
but
adopted
nature is gonna survive,
but
right?
they
So,
adopted a false concept.
well, I mean, but if that's what you think that's what you think you need to survive, that's what you're gonna do. You're
And
gonna
it's
make up
gonna
this
die because it
bullshit.
ain't rooted in nothing real.
Well,
Oh, let me
it's still
shut
ain't
up,
gonna
girl. Go
die.
let go.
Don't shut up. You telling the truth. You're telling the truth. But she believes it. And she
Mm-hmm.
believes it in her heart because that's what she's been told her whole life. Because that white woman has been lied to her whole life. She's been sold this Disney princess trope. This is why white women don't have friends. Because if you go back and look at all these Disney princesses, they all foster competition. And it's just me and my folk. So all she gonna listen to is her man. And that man, because that's who is gonna save her. That's who is gonna save her and keep her safe. And that's all she's been taught her whole life. So she's gonna keep that trope up
Mm-hmm.
because it's her life. She got to exist. She got to exist so we can sit right here and talk about her regular ass. So that we can be enlightened and help enlighten others in their consciousness that this is bullshit.
Right.
But we gotta let her live
Absolutely.
her life.
I am not trying to cause you
Bless
no
her
hurt,
heart.
harm, or danger. But sister, I know what many, yeah, they continue to lie to themselves.
So
They have they
I will say this: I'm not trying to cause you no hurt, harm, and danger, but I'm also, again, I don't need you to try to cause me hurt, harm, and danger.
That part, because I'm
that
gonna show
part.
defend myself.
Yeah,
Come on now.
because when you start dog whistling and you talk about who's endangering you, you're not talking about those white men, although we know statistics show that they are very dangerous. You know, you're not talking about your white children, although we know statistics show they have become very dangerous as well. You are talking about people who look like me, who are related to me. That's the fear, and you continue to perpetuate that stereotype, and that's what causes me the potential hurt or harm, and that's where I have a problem. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, let's see. As Miss Brandis, it looked like she froze a little bit here.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Uh-oh, she
Okay. She
okay.
dropped. She'll come back on. Man, we getting into the thick of it now. We getting into the thick of it now. She was Karen in the kitchen. Such a ridiculous, scary movie. Yes, absolutely a ridiculous, scary movie.
Yeah, but the thing is, again, and that's why I posted that Instagram clip that Brittany Packney Cunningham, showed and compared it all to us, showed us, because it makes no sense to us. It's scary and ridiculous to us, but there's the audience. There's an audience for it, and for them, it makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yes.
she says she's resetting.
Okay, all right. We understand we gotta reset every now and then. Production assistant, any more notable Oscar wins that we want to mention? She's gonna drop those in the comments. Well, sister, I just want to ask you then. So what about living for yourself.
Listen,
How that's hitting you?
I will say this, and it's always more than one thing. I think this morning, even on Sunday school, when it was mentioned about, people needing to burn in bush, it's so funny because I've heard that exact reference before.
Mm-hmm.
Very recently, talking to Jessica, friend of the show, she was talking about people needing to burn in bush. And so that whole idea of, if God doesn't want me to go somewhere, all four of my tires got to be flat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of it just feeling like you just have that innate feeling that says, this doesn't feel right. I don't feel like going to this event. It just ain't sitting well with me, what have you. And I think overall, what I am getting, what I'm receiving is sometimes we are waiting for these big messages, and they're just not going to come in that way, because as the gentleman said this morning, God, it just doesn't work like that. God ain't going to just be like, again, you don't want to, I don't think you should go to this place. All four of your tires are going to be flat. But there are things that you're hearing, whispers that you're hearing. And so that's why when I wanted Brandis to be on the show and talk through, her relationship with her parents, because she has a great relationship with her parents. Of course, parents saying, oh, wait, you're going to move abroad?
Wait. We didn't get to that part yet. Shush. We talking about you right now, not Brandon. God, see, you giving away. She got a reset. She coming back.
Yes, I know. I'm just saying, of course it hits. Of course it hits. And
Well, production assistant dropped in. Robert Downey Jr. just won for Best Supporting Actor for Oppenheimer and Poor Things, which is now, I think, on Hulu. It looked really weird. I don't know if I want to watch that one. But it has been winning production and makeup and costume design. I will say that after the Oscars tonight, there will be a special episode of one of my favorite shows, Abbott Elementary.
yeah.
And if you haven't, you can catch that. All right. I think, hey girl,
Girl, let me tell you how the devil is a lie. You ain't gonna stop me though, because I just put you on my phone.
okay. All right. We understand things, technology. Now, Christina was about to give away. We were talking about her and some of the messages that you were sharing, and then she said, "Oh, you have a great relationship with your parents, and then you went to living abroad." I said, "We didn't even get to that part yet. We didn't get. So let's get to that part right now. Let's talk about you choosing." So I'm gonna give y'all I'm gonna tell y'all a little story about last night. So I'm sitting there talking to we're like, oh, we were celebrating being out. Some of us who, we're not out together like we used to. And one of my good friends, sorority sisters, she was like, oh, you're almost an empty nester. She's like, I live a boring empty nester life. And then I had to say, girl, didn't you just get back from Ghana? Oh, yeah, I guess I did. I said, now, how many times have you been? She was like, oh, 3 times. And she's like, yeah, and I'm going to be going to Istanbul in April, and I'm going to Cartagena. What boring emptiness life you talking
Live
about? Because
life.
you ain't been out here in Orlando? Girl, shut up. She's like, well, I did book all my travel last year. I had to get, and she's like, and next year for my birthday, I'm going to go to Tanzania. Oh, sis. So let's talk about that choosing. Oh, you froze up again, Brandis. Oh no. Let's see what happened. That choosing. Oh no, she's frozen. She's probably in where, because she is abroad, as we know, so that internet connection
Are
might be
you
getting a
off?
little spotty.
No,
Okay.
you back.
Okay. Tell us about living abroad.
Uh-oh. Oh, we breaking up on the phone though.
Oh man, yeah, we breaking up on the phone.
Okay, I can't hear you though.
We see your mouth moving, but we can't hear you, sis.
It definitely is a liar.
Just restart. Just restart. Go ahead, restart. Come on back. Yeah, restart. Come on back.
We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through
Yeah.
it.
But sister, so while we waiting for Brandis to recover, tell us about what do you think about that? Was that a boring? Okay, well, let's see. I think she's back. Maybe let's see. Okay, she's gonna restart. What
No,
you
I
think
mean,
about that?
I don't think it's boring. I mean, listen, but I don't know her definition of not boring. So maybe this is old hat for her. She's
I
like,
was like, sister.
all right, Miss Brandis.
I think I'm better.
Okay,
Okay.
Um,
so
what else?
Miss,
Oh, Mexico. I've been here every month since September for different magical reasons. And I came here. So in September, I came for my birthday. One of our Washington Hall sisters, I saw her at a Michael Foster Project concert. And she was like, "You want to go to Mexico?" I was like, "Girl, I'm building this brand. I ain't got time. Can't do it." She was like, "I didn't ask you that. You want to go to Mexico?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." "When is it?" She said September. I said, look at that. Because what I said at the beginning of the year, she didn't know. Because I said I was going somewhere for my birthday. But in building this business, I didn't have the funds. She didn't ask me none of that.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke my life.
Mhm.
And I went, had a wonderful time with my friend for my birthday. Came back. In October, I went to Phoenix, Arizona to do a live podcast. It was a great time. And my friend Fantasy, the host of the podcast, had a friend whose birthday it was, and they were going to Mexico. She had to go and take her some hair rollers or something before the trip. And we get over there, and she's like, we asked her what time's her flight. She's like, "I'm not flying. It's a drive.
Mhm.
It's only 3 hours. You guys should come." Girl, I hop down to Mexico for a couple of days in October. Park. Then went to in November. Can you hear me?
We
I
can.
don't like it.
It's going in and out a little bit, but we can hear you. Okay, I said that. Maybe I said it too soon. Oh, well. See, this is such good stuff.
So tell us what you know about the story while we wait for her to come
Well, I
back.
was just gonna say the her friend who lives here in Phoenix, and she was telling me they were going down to Rocky Point. And for those who don't know, so obviously Phoenix, there we don't have water very close to us in terms of beaches or what have you. So a lot of people pop down to Rocky Point in order. So, okay.
Back on that computer.
So you were saying they so Rocky Point, she asked if you all should go. It's just a 3-4 hour drive, 6 hour drive, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was like a 3-4 hour drive, whatever, however long it was. But I went down there and just went to the beach, and I recognized it to be the lunar eclipse at that time. And I was like, man, Mexico is getting me down here. So I come back home in November. I was at Churchill's having a cigar, talking to a friend that went to Southern, and he was like, "Look, if you need to go somewhere, call me. I work for airline. I got you." I was like, "Cool." I go home that night. I go to sleep. I wake up. I had a text message at like 1 and 2 in the morning from real dope OG Peachy, and Peachy was like, I'm having this retreat and someone canceled on me, and you've been on my mind. You should come to my retreat." And this retreat, amazing. It was a 6-day, 5-night retreat in Tulum at this amazing resort. And I was like, "Lord, you are steady blessing me." I went there and I found sisterhood and reflection in all these dope ass artists. And what I know about life is you only see what you reflect. And I'm like, me? Why am I in here with these people? And by the time I left there, I recognized that I'm always exactly where I'm supposed to be. And that I have art that needs to be produced. So I came back home, and in December, I was like, I want to write a book. I want to write a book. And then my friend and old business partner uh, told me, she said, I'm going to Mexico for a few months. You should come with. I said, yes, I should. Because I want to write a book and I speak my life. And I got here on December 30th. And I've been here since then. And I started then. And I published that book then because I speak my life. And I did it because I wanted to see, like, is this thing for real? For real, because I told you everything I said in earnest, but it wasn't purposeful. This, I meant that shit, you know? So I feel blessed that I did that. And now what's next? I went to the open mic here in Playa and was like, I want to get up on stage. Killed it, because your girl is funny. Hilarity. I never wrote a joke before. I don't really feel like I need to, because life is pretty funny. And the healing that I provide is just laughing at what is really going on. All of this food, like Katie, I'm going to laugh at Katie's ass later. Because that lady really believed that bullshit. She really believed it. Bless her heart. Like, and that gives me ease and pleasure. Because all of this bullshit is going to happen in the world. It is going to happen there. I cannot stop Katie from believing what Katie going to believe. I can only control me. The blessing is also Katie can't control me. Because it's my life.
Yeah. Well, I want to just say something out. You talked about your open mic. Let me just say, I'm just going to throw it out here. It may be somewhere on the internet. I don't know. So,
it is. Both of them. They're on the internet. I'll give you the link.
Okay.
They're on YouTube.
So while we were, so Brandis is younger than me, but we were again at Southern at the same time. While we were at Southern University, there was a particular song by one Mr. Juvenile, one of our favorite artists. Right. Who, in the song, you know, in hindsight, it's like, there was some tough words, but for whatever reason at Southern University, you know, there are certain anthems at certain times, and that became an anthem at Southern University. And there was trap karaoke, I believe it was.
It was.
But which song? You didn't tell us which song. Are you building up to it?
That's 400 Degrees.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you didn't say. You just said it was some tough words. I'm like, well, which one of the songs, girl?
Oh, you
and
did.
I did Juvenile on Fire.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, it's my favorite rapper.
She got, when I tell you, got up on that stage at the House of Blues in New Orleans, commanded it. And that was, I think, also one of the pivotal moments for me, because I was like, even though I know, I ain't gonna say I know 100%, but I know like 90%.
Well, why don't y'all drop us a few lyrics then?
But the man is telling a good story.
Come on, girl. Tell us a little bit.
He's telling a good story.
Some of the folks out here might not even know. This is the 25th anniversary of 400 Degrees was last year. Some people might not even know about that. Tell us a little bit about it.
No.
Juvenile is the best storyteller, baby. He takes these tales from the hood and he makes them life lessons.
Okay.
This first verse is real, it's harsh, but he says, if I'm in a room with a bitch and that hoe don't want to fuck like a man, I'm gonna beat my meat and get my fucking nut. Now let's take a pause right there, because that man just told you, all right, we had a deal. You ain't gonna get up on this deal. Don't you worry about it. I'm gonna take care of me. Right? Because
he said he speaks his life.
That's right. He speaks his life. He gonna get his fucking nut for sure. And he goes on to say she gonna be drove then. She gonna be mad. I'm gonna cut the TV off and go to sleep on that hoe. You ain't gonna be comfortable, ma'am, sitting up in here didn't give me what I wanted. Yeah. And he said, now I'm in my Benz with your friend. And she about to get me. Like, you ain't want to, there's somebody else in the world who would give me what I want, baby. One monkey don't stop no show. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes on to say, he had a whole cross the coat and his little booster next door. He getting tired of these heifers. It's time for him to restore. In this section, he is telling you how he been tricking off on all of these ladies, just tricking off. But he said, he done fixed these bitches' house up and had them living swell. Yet and still, he was eating at Taco Bell. Oh, no. How you going? He wasn't putting himself first, right? It's the wisdom. He said, after that shit, all that trick shit, I stopped it. I locked my fucking pocket. You can't pick in a pocket because, baby, this is my money. Now, he say, I get what I can get out of these hoes and I'm up. He know where they coming from. He knows the game now. Right?
And Patrice said it also sounds like he also respects rules of consent.
See there? Because she told him, no, he just gonna go to sleep. He gonna see somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I love this man. He tells him, it's I call it the wisdom in niggadry. Because it's so much wisdom in that. Because he is telling you better put yourself first. Mm-hmm. He gonna get what he gonna get because that's what he wanted. And he gonna get what he gonna get because it's his life. My God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also there's always another one, of course, is Juvenile used to be RTA bound.
Now he be busting these bitches' heads when he come around. He done came up. He done came up.
Yeah.
He acting like a nigga that ain't never had shit though. Hey, I pull up in my bed. Give some assets. You see me shining.
Mm-hmm. And he say what he mean. Wait. What's my line, sister? I lost it.
Like I talk it, play it how I say it, preach it
like I preach it.
Now put that in your head.
He ain't no liar.
Mm-hmm.
Bet 1,000, shoot 1,000.
They ain't nothing.
Smoke a pound, pop the crystal, and drink something. He said, meet him in the casino way in the back. He losing money like a motherfucker, but he's still shooting crap because he got his money long. Tomorrow I'll be back. I done spent all I'm gonna spend the night. I got billionaire status. He said he made so much money the IRS be looking for him. Nah. That man I told you he handled his business because he got a lot of business.
Mm-hmm.
And
now he has Juvie Juice and Chiwis and
he's a carpenter.
Yes.
He's on tour, and that NPR Tiny Desk to put him back on tour. I said, go ahead on Juvie.
Yes.
Everybody needs to hear this Negro philosopher.
And Juvie Tuesdays is going now every week at Tremaine Hideaway. Okay.
Juvie Tuesday do go down at Tremaine.
So my good sister got on that stage and she had the people the organizers of the trap karaoke looking like, where do we sign her? Because that was so funny. Somebody come up here like, oh, I don't even need to look at the words. I got it on.
This. The DJ had stopped the track, and I'm like, sir, put the track back on. He was like, oh, my bad. He was flustered. Yeah, that was a good time. That was Bayou Classic, too.
Well, all I know is, like I said, I saw the video, and I'm literally, in myself, it's like, this is how I want to live life.
Yes, do what the fuck you want to do.
This is definitely how I want.
I'm hoping she listened to you, Brandis, because this sister over here done told her. Okay. You done did everything right, sister. You have done everything right. You deserve, and you did all the stuff. She got all the safety, security net. You deserve to do what you want to do right now. And if you don't do it right now, when the hell you gonna do it?
Baby, because you might not be here tomorrow. Come on now.
Well, we're not going to turn this into a conversation.
I think we're going to turn this into some church, baby. You better get yourself right.
That's right, Sarah Patrice. We deserve joy.
Yes. You deserve it right now. Not in the morning. And that's from some slave bullshit. You read this Bible and joy cometh in the morning. You toil right now, and then you're gonna find heaven in the afterlife. No, baby, heaven right now if you make it. And I'm making it. I'm gonna have ease and pleasure right now. You could keep your struggle. I don't want it because it's my life.
Amen. Amen.
Well, listen, y'all, here's the website, Be More Raw. Production assistants, can you show the people the book so we can
I
see
didn't
the
even
book?
say the title of the book.
We didn't even say
Nothing
no.
about the book.
Y'all can follow Be More Raw on IG. You can go to her website. We gonna buy this book, and we all are going to live the life that we want. Yes, live for yourself. You don't owe anyone anything. Amen and hallelujah.
Ooh, look
The
at that.
name of
That's
the
so
book.
cute.
It
The
is so cute. Tell us about your book.
The book is called The Grand Celebration, Unveiling Your Raw Life. And at my heart, I'm a storyteller. And so this book is a story about a metaphorical walkthrough of your party. I have been invited to your party, and it's your life. And we are walking through how your life is the biggest occasion you will ever have. Ever. It is the biggest party that you will ever have. You are both the guest of honor and the party planner. How do you navigate your life as the celebration that it is? And it's a really short read, but I weave in a lot of rawisms to help think about your life in a certain way. And I just offer a different perspective. You can take what I say or not. I mean, I know it's true, but it might not be true for you. Right? So in the grand celebration, we walk through how at the beginning, you walk into a party, what you see, flashing lights, right? That is, you're it. Your light, your shine is your authenticity. How do you shine bright amongst the paparazzi who represent to me fear of being seen? How do you navigate through the fear of getting into your own party? Now that you're in your party, what you gonna do? How you dancing? How you dancing? Because if somebody at your dance is off beat, how you gonna navigate through that conflict? How do you do all of these things? How do you get to your VIP? What it look like up there? What's the ambiance? What's your selfishness look like? Did you set up everything like you wanted it because it's your life? You know? So it's a story about the grandest celebration.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I read it yesterday.
Well, remind us again what RAW stands for.
Real, authentic, and willful. Willful.
Willful.
Willful is important. It's the most important part to me because that's the part you do what you want to do, not what anybody else say.
Yes. Now I know we got to head out, but I did still want to have this conversation about the parents, right? So,
okay.
real quick, like living for yourself or your parents. I did want to have that conversation real quick. Tell us a little bit about that experience because you were like your mom kind of has one perspective, but your dad, he's still trying to come on board.
Well, I have changed a lot in the past 4 years. Like my hair is green. I don't work in hotels. I haven't had a job since 2020. And my parents love me. I'm an only child. My parents love the shit out of me. I am so grateful and lucky for them. But they're both educators and they both intend for things to happen a certain way. And they taught me well. I was taught very well. My mom has been going through this with a lot of grace. My mom has surprised me because she's like, "All right, Brandis, you do what you want to do. You ain't hurting yourself. You ain't hurting nobody. You are you fed? Are you safe? Are you happy? The rest of it is whatever." My dad, bless his heart, my dad loves me, and in his love, he wants to protect. Yeah. And so that protection is his fear. He is afraid for me. And I got to honor that fear. But also, fuck that fear.
Mhm.
because it's my life. And my dad may never understand. He may, my dad asks me at least 3 times a month, when am I going to get a job? But I have to be okay with that because that's his love. I'm also going to say, fuck them people. I'm going to do what I want. Because what I know is that he's never going to stop loving me no matter what I choose to do.
Right.
I'm not going to lose his love because my hair is green. I'm not going to lose his love because I do what I want. He might not understand. He might balk at me, but my being more raw is shoring myself up, is recognizing that it's my life still.
Mhm.
It's my will be done in my life.
Mhm.
Oh
Well,
wow.
I think that's all that needs to be said. Because you said it how you said it. You play it like you play it.
I will say one more thing though. You do have a job. You have plenty jobs. You
I
are
do. I don't
doing
have
Well, hey,
a
let's
job.
rephrase that whole thing about job.
I
How
have
you
work.
make money or
I
how
work.
you earn income, it's how you're working in whatever don't necessarily mean we got to stop viewing things with the outdated thinking and the outdated lens.
Well, quick thing right here. Labor versus work. I work.
Come on,
I don't
sister.
labor anymore.
Mm.
So my birthday is around Labor Day. And 2 years ago, I was in Tulum and I was meditating. My birthday fell on Labor Day. And I was like, Labor Day, Labor Day. And I looked up the history. I went down the rabbit hole. And I never felt comfortable with this term. But I shouldn't have, because Labor Day was created so that the workers in the Industrial Revolution would have some sort of reprieve and feel good about going to trade their hours for menial for mindless work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel good about that. I'm not laboring. I'm not doing that anymore. I work.
Yeah.
Work is, as defined in science, is the force needed to make something happen.
Come on,
I
sister.
work. I don't
Hey,
labor.
come on.
So there's that.
Yes. That's
Take
why
that with you. Do your work. Labor for no one.
Well, with that, we're going to ask Brandis and Christina to hold the line, the making of a Renaissance woman. Y'all go back and listen to the replay, catch these gems, go to the website, follow on Instagram. And
buy
with that,
the book. Pre-order.
buy the book.
Buy the book.
Buy the book. And with that, we're going to sign off for tonight. Good
Good
night. Y'all
night.
hold the line.